Oops. Never mind. All I saw was Peoria Unified School District, and I thought of Peoria, Illinois. Okay, if you're from Peoria, Illinois, you can rest. You can rest easy. Your state is safe. Peoria and Arizona is taking the L. Well, maybe this is not that crazy for Arizona. maybe it's just maybe it's just another Tuesday. I don't know. Just based on what I've heard about Arizona, and I know how the desert can be 115 degrees, it's kind of like it's kind of now y'all are going to kill me. It's kind of like Florida, where just another Florida man, just another Tuesday in Florida. Okay, Lynette, I'm sorry. I take it back. It's the Florida of the West. No, I take it back. Take it back. I'm having the hot takes tonight. Okay. Earlier this year, Haley was fired for allegedly developing a sexual relationship with a student, according to a statement of charges. An investigation conducted by the school district found that Haley allegedly offered oral sex to a former student at Centennial High School, offered to buy him tequila, sent him $630 via Apple Pay. Yikes. I mean, old people do retire there like Florida. Yes. And I know people who will move out of Los Angeles because it's too liberal and they'll go to Arizona. All my Chud family members moved to Arizona, so I think you might have something there. This is what's going to cause some of my most loyal community members who are also from Arizona to denounce me. Arizona has some cool people and some cool places. Yes. Yes, indeed. But there is something about the desert, There's something about that kind of heat, and people who love that kind of heat. That's what's always strange to me. People are like, "Oh my God, I love the 100-degree dry heat." Like, nope. Could not be me. How are you going to vote for Carrie Lake if you don't get out to Arizona? That's a good question. Las Vegas is worse. Yeah, that's true. I will agree with that. The sister wasn't the only pedo caught. Hold on. The sister wasn't the only pedo caught in that school. There's another older woman pedo caught in that school. The sister and that old woman abused the same boy. What the fuck? The older woman waited for him to turn 18. Why were two female teachers grooming and preying on this high school student at the same school, in the same school district where Noah Beck's mother is a teacher? And the video of her simulating oral sex with her son on TikTok is making the rounds again. Someone doesn't listen to Fear Ann because it was covered there too. So sue me. It's true. I don't listen to Fear Ann. And you know what, though? If there's a story on Fear and, very likely that it came from me. Especially if it's Will Neff. Yeah, you think I listen to men? You think I listen to a podcast with mostly men on it who are not gay? This low-key, it's actually funny because, this was a Cutie special. Cutie and I were literally talking about this today. Because she sent me the thing about Novak Song. I was like, I know, I saw this. She's like, what the fuck is up with this family? I said, I don't know. I recently became aware of this family.
This is Angela Berlocka.
And it's all been against my will, obviously, and it's all terrible.
Teacher that was having a relationship with the same student that Haley Beck was. And for this relationship, she threw away her entire career. She worked after school for 25 years. And she's 47 years old.
King broken. Thank you for the 4 months.
A relationship with a high school student. She's old enough to be the kid's mom. And it's absolutely disgusting what she was doing. So she was filming herself nude, sending these videos to the boy.
God.
And in the video, she is saying his name. And she got caught because the grandmother of the boy saw one of the videos and reported it. And they included grandma's side because this led investigations into Haley Beck as well. Because once the investigations into Angela started,
Oh my God, they're like, how many other fucking teachers are we gonna find?
the principal then went to
Oh my God, this boy, I just imagine the grandma finding this and jumping in to protect her grandbaby.
And told him about all the complaints he was hearing about Haley. And if the story could not get more crazy, Haley knew about the relationship the student had with Angela, saying that she didn't like being compared to her and that because Haley herself is much younger, she has a better chance at a relationship with the student. Now Angela here voluntarily surrendered her teaching certificates, but Haley did not, so the board unanimously voted to fire her. And police are seeking felony charges.
Fuck off. Fuck all the way off, Haley Beck. Oh my God. Oh, I'm younger and hotter than her, so surely he'll want to go for me. Fuck you. None of you should have been doing this.
For both women. And with Haley's charges, she can serve up to 2.5 years in prison, and Angela can serve up to 3 years. This is Angela Berlocka, and she is a teacher that was having a relationship with the same student that Haley Beck.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The other thing too is that even though probably most of us in here didn't know Noah Beck, obviously this is news. This is like, oh my God, I can't believe this. But this is, I can imagine, rocking TikTok. People who, Noah Beck is really, really a huge TikTok creator. So this is really, really big news, especially in the TikTok world. God, gross. The sister, Haley allegedly spent $600 in the student over the course of several weeks in exchange that she allegedly said felt like straight prostitution. Okay, so if you felt that way, did you at all consider that maybe you shouldn't be pursuing this? Recently, the high school I went to, the teacher was the faculty advisor for the Suicide Prevention Club, was arrested for having a sexual relationship with one of his underage students who'd been using the club. There are so many good teachers out there, y'all, I promise. There are so many good teachers, but there are also creeps. There are also predators and creeps and pervy teachers. But a lot of good teachers too. A lot.
I grew up in a very female-dominated household, and
yeah, so apparently people have thought he was gay or thought that he was coming out or something like that, and he's like, no, I'm straight. But I'm not gonna lie, it does seem in some things I've seen that he very much they kind of baits.
just not afraid to like be in touch with them. I think people like are aggressive when they ask like, oh no, just know that he's not like, I'm gonna believe it. And so it's like, what's the point of even saying anything? Believe what you want to believe.
Society puts really harsh stereotypes around what it means to be a man. I think being in touch with one's feminine side is way more of a blessing than a curse, as opposed to being emotionally closed off.
Yeah,
I think more men should be feminine. The world would be a much better place.
Yeah,
So you're not coming out.
I'm not. I grew up in a very like, female-dominated
I mean, I don't disagree.
household, and I'm just not afraid to like be.
It's just kind of hard to consider this in the context of the feminine household being women who are predators and doing creepy incestuous shit. Those women, that feminine household. Hashtag boy mom. Yeah, yikes. Anyway, there is one more sister in this family, FYI. And I'm like, is something gonna come out with sister number 2? Is a third Beck family member creepy story gonna hit the towers? Look at the boy mom content on social media. It's a lot of those trends. Yeah, I'm sorry to go back to this video. I promise I'm not going to play it again. But this definitely is in that weird, gross boy mom genre of internet content. It's like moms who talk about their sons in, if you didn't know they were talking about their son, you would think they were talking about their spouse. And it's just, it's very strange. It's like you have 2 daughters. Clearly, one of these daughters has some major issues. But you have 2 daughters, and you have a son. Why are you doing a video with your son that is simulating oral sex? That is just. Can't believe I have to ask that question. Can't believe I have to ask that question. But yeah, it's really giving boy mom shit. It's really. It's really. It is. It's that. It is. There's nothing else to say besides. Why are you making videos with your son where you simulate giving him oral sex? The dad was also a teacher and soccer coach at a high school in the same school district. He retired in April 2025. Is there anything about the dad? So it seems like the whole family is teachers, aside from Noah Beck, who's making oral sex videos with his mom on TikTok.
Suspect's best friends are students.
They're nice to me.
Two teachers accused of abusing one student victim.
Haley Beck, a 27-year-old former high school teacher, is under investigation after allegedly grooming her teenage student and sexually abusing him. It has been alleged that she sent over 4,000 texts and over $630 to the victim during the abuse. You might also recognize the last name Beck. Haley Beck is the older sister of TikTok star Noah Beck, a content creator who used to make videos with the likes of the D'Amelios. We'll kind of talk about that later. According to the statement of charges, Haley was placed on administrative leave in August 2025 after the district received a report from the police department alleging a sexual relationship with a student. The Arizona Republic reported that Haley is accused of grooming the student for months. Haley's attorney, Matt Long, said, "Ms. Beck is entitled to due process. We are confident that a complete review of the facts will confirm her innocence." I'm not quite sure how her innocence is going to be confirmed.
Where's the G-Ma? You mean the Beck G-Ma? She must have something too. Yeah, is this something with the women in the family?
The police report has been published online and you can see all the messages that she sent to the victim, and it is disgusting. But I guess this is just standard legal defense jargon that you would expect when somebody is accused. Another teacher from the same school was also accused of abusing the same boy. They were both put on administrative leave in August 2025, but the other teacher, Angie Berlacca, voluntarily surrendered her Arizona teaching certificate. Haley, on the other hand, didn't. So Angie has been teaching at the school for 25 years, which...
This is an instance of women's wrongs that I am not supporting. Women
adds
L.
another disturbing layer to this whole situation, because you just think there probably is other victims involved. Because Haley didn't give up her teaching certificate, she was subsequently fired after the school district board voted for her to be dismissed. Again, that's all well and good, but the damage has kind of already been done, and it begs the question, how do two predators become hired at a school? I mean, is there background checks, or was this their first? You know, I just highly doubt that this was an isolated incident. I think
and then also going after the same boy.
It's one of the most disheartening things about this entire situation. You know, you send your kids off to school, you expect them to be safe. The documents released show that Haley Beck gave the child money, gifts, including special treatment during classes. Special treatment in quotation marks. Obviously, it doesn't really feel like the appropriate word in this scenario, but this kind of...
Yeah, I think her legal team is claiming that she didn't break any laws, and I think they're probably going to try to say that he was 18, or sorry, that they waited till he turned 18.
Included boosting of his grades.
Even though it's obviously it's still grooming, it's still predatory, it's still power dynamics. It's still an abusive situation.
Help with work more than the other students. The police also said she gave him access to her car, bought him gifts, food, alcohol, and drugs, and paid him more than $600, calling herself a sugar mama and writing that it felt like straight prostitution. So yeah, this situation is particularly disturbing. If you are on TikTok, you've probably seen people talk about it. Many people making jokes about it. We'll get onto that later. But I feel like I should cover this because I do feel like there is an underrepresentation of male victims, especially when it comes to women being the perpetrators. Yeah. And the reason why this has also got this whole other side to it, which I wanted to cover, is that Noah Beck is the sister of Haley, the person we're talking about today. Now, you'll know Noah Beck. He did videos with the likes of Bryce Hall and Charlie D'Amelio and that kind of genre of TikToker that just dance and kind of become famous for
she meant brother, but
literally no reason. And I think it's really unfair, really, for Noah. I've seen a lot of people say that they think that he knew, and a lot of people say that he's at fault in some kind, and I think people jump into them conclusions should be really careful. But I think it's really unfair to be including Noah as someone who should be accountable when we don't know that to be true yet. Obviously, if it comes out that he had known or he did know, then that's a completely different story. But I've seen literally people use headlines like Noah Beck's sister, and I just think it's unfortunate that his name's getting dragged through the mud when it's this woman who should be held accountable and should be being criticized. We're gonna have a look through some of the conversations between Haley and the victim. It's really sad and really disturbing. I genuinely felt sick reading through the documents. On the 30th of July 2025, the police department received information regarding two teachers from a retracted high school, later identified as Angela Berlacca and Haley Beck, were engaged in some form of relationship with the student identified as retracted. Initial information was not clear if the two teachers were co-conspirators or were acting independently of each other. An initial report, 2025, was created to document the incident. Angela was the first teacher to be identified, and at the time Haley had not been identified. It wasn't until later that Haley was identified, and a second report was created to document Haley's involvement. As this investigation continued, both investigations shared a significant amount of information, and it became difficult to separate. Therefore, both incidents will have the same information, as they share many of the probable cause for legal process throughout the investigation. After identifying myself to Haley, I provided her a copy of the search warrant and explained it to her line by line. I informed.
I mean, I have to wonder here, because the mom is making videos like that with her son. What's the vibe like at home? Is this something that this type of predatory relationship would not have been discouraged? Like, I don't want to kind of speculate too much, but there is something there's the element here, because this involves women, right? Female predators, that First Amendment. Under normal FCC protocol, ABC would not have to apply to renew any of its stations' licenses, which run on 8-year terms until 2028, as Trump would be coming to the end of his presidency. But a little used provision of the law allows the FCC to force stations to apply for renewal of their licenses at any time, opening the door to an early refusal to renew. And I'm sure that provision is there because never has a president weaponized the FCC in the way that Trump does. Carr walked through a theoretical version of the process in a podcast released on Tuesday, shortly before his agency filed for the review. You can accelerate when a license comes due and say, hey, we have significant concerns about how you're conducting your operations, he said on the Katie Miller podcast. We want to review your license now and decide if you're in the public interest. I like how Katie Miller's podcast is literally just another place for Trump officials to go and stink up the place with their shit. This guy is always talking about what he's going to do on podcasts. Yeah, Brendan Carr will go on a podcast and openly talk about the corruption that he is, that he's doing. You know who doesn't need an FCC license? Katie Miller's podcast. Anyway, this is obviously so frivolous and such an abuse of the FCC, such an abuse of governmental power. Absolutely fucking stupid. We are Jimmy Kirk. Jimmy Kirk. I didn't even mean to say that. I meant to say Jimmy Kimmel. I'm tired. It's my second stream. It's my second stream. I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore. Okay, let's talk about this. So I became aware of Noah Beck after reading a story about how his sister, Haley Beck, is facing significant legal trouble and was fired from the high school where she teaches because she was being investigated for grooming and having an inappropriate sexual relationship with an 18-year-old student at the high school. And apparently had exchanged thousands of text messages, given him money, provided him drugs and alcohol, and also did his homework. It's like she was giving him booze and weed and doing his homework for him. She was fired and is currently being investigated. So that was that part there. Okay, that was that part there. I went, who the fuck is Noah Beck? Apparently he's some big TikTok guy. He was a midfielder for the Portland Pilots men's soccer team. Okay, don't care. And then he became really popular on TikTok, and I think he's done some like D-list, C-list types of movies. And apparently he dated Dixie D'Amelio, one of the D'Amelio sisters, who's also big on TikTok. He has a Tubi movie deal. Sick. Did he date Addison Rae? I don't know, but he's TLDR, Noah Beck is in the TikTok world. Okay. So news comes out about his sister. Everyone's like, what the fuck? This is really this is really gross. What's going on here? And then the latest is that his mom, Noah Beck's mom, has now been put on leave by her school district because of a video that resurfaced of her simulating oral sex with her son. And people tried to defend this and be like, it was a TikTok trend. It was a TikTok trend. I don't give a fashion that does not make these people out to be weirdos. But just if you got any more info here as to what the hell is up with this family. So Amy Beck has been placed on administrative leave by her school district after a video resurfaced of her appearing to simulate oral sex with her son. This video, which was posted in April of 2020. So my question too is like, is this recirculating because his sister has now been fired and is currently being, I think, criminally investigated for this relationship she had with a high school senior at the school where she taught? I'm assuming yes. I'm assuming that's why it's recirculating online. And in the video, they mime a sex act while lip syncing to J-Rock's track King's Dead, which includes explicit lyrics about oral sex. The video no longer appears on Noah's TikTok account. Why did they think this was... Why did they think that this was a good video to make? Why? Why? I don't understand. This video here is okay. I understand. So they're whether or not Noah Beck and his mother are incestuous. Also, where's the dad? What's Father Beck up to in this whole Beck family situation? Probably to make sure she has nothing weird with the students. Yes, I would guess that given what is going on with the sister's investigation, given this creepy, gross video, now they probably are like, we have to look into Amy Beck and make sure that there's nothing more here that's concerning. It's so, can you imagine being an elementary school parent? We'll play it, I promise. That's it. There were people who came in. We have chatters. We have community members in here who missed when I showed the video, and I do think it's important to have seen it to really go, wait, what the fuck is going on with this family? All right. In a message shared to families of Amy's class, the district wrote that Amy was placed on leave out of an abundance of caution while maintaining that this matter does not impact the safety of our students. The school district said that a substitute teacher would be filling in for Amy during her leave. Neither Amy nor Noah responded to people's requests for comment. Don't ruin my gym bangers like that. Oh, yeah, sorry. You probably won't be able to hear that song without picturing Noah Beck and his mom simulating oral sex. In addition to Noah, who has a combined following of over 40 million on Instagram and TikTok and is set to act, oh my God, he's going to be in the new reboot of Baywatch. Amy is a mom to daughters Tatum and Haley Beck. Earlier this year, Haley, who's also a teacher at Peoria Unified School. Wait, I just realized the mom. Okay. Oh, hold on. hold on. Okay. I just realized the mom and the sister both are teachers in the same school district in Peoria, Illinois. Now the sister teaches high school. Haley Beck High School. Yeah, the sister teaches high school and the mom teaches in elementary school, but they're in the same school district. It's small. This also, I know Peoria. My ex-boyfriend was from Peoria. Spent time in Peoria. It's small town vibes. Like, this is the kind of thing that I'm sure is rocking Peoria right now. Everybody is aware. Even though Peoria has not necessarily it's not a small population. It's still, a metropolitan area. This is the type of thing that everybody is talking about. And he's like a local celebrity. Yes. And Noah Beck is super famous because of TikTok, or at least, internet celebrity. So this is also, people are dishing the tea right now. You know that this is like probably the biggest thing that's happened in Peoria in a minute. Peoria is a small town and a big town. Yeah. Wait, is this not Peoria? Hold on. Is this a different Peoria? Oh, this is in Arizona.